Hi
Hi
everyone!
guys.
So we're back with another game, and since it's almost Halloween, we wanted to do a spooky game. So this one is called Betrayal of House on the Hill.
Spooky.
Spooky! It's a really fun game for 3 to 6 players. You start out all on the same team. It
Yep.
starts off as a cooperative game until uh, an event happens and you become haunted. So then you
For everybody who likes those trader games out there, this is a good one.
Yeah, so and you don't know, the rest of the team doesn't know that you are trying to actually have a different outcome to win the game. It's really cool. So they have all sorts of different scenarios in these long books here that make it a really fun game to play
Yeah.
for an entire evening. So, you want to tell us more about the
Yeah.
game, Eric?
Yeah, so it's a really good party game. It is kind of more for older audiences, so a good party game if you have adult friends over or if it's a family Thanksgiving with a lot of older relatives around. But it is very much kind of like Scooby Doo meets Cabin in the Woods. And if to iterate that part, they actually do have a Scooby Doo version of this game out there. So that's
Oh,
more
I didn't
kid.
know that.
Yeah, they do. It's more kid friendly and it plays a lot faster. So yeah, the game is divided into two parts. Like Nora said, the first part you're kind of very cooperative. You're going around and exploring through this house, and maybe we can pan the camera down so you guys can see. So this is kind of how the house gets set up after a while once you start exploring through it. And there's a basement, there's a main floor, and there's an
Basement.
attic. Yeah. And so you just kind of go around and you explore the house. And the goal through this first part of the game is pretty much just to collect a variety of different cards, items, events that help you later on in the second part of the game. So there's omens, there's events, there's items. Those are the three types of cards, and they all give you certain abilities. You do play with a character. So Nora and I have two of the characters, and they're all set up here on our house that have different skill points. And you're trying to essentially set up your character with the best skills before the second half of the game starts. So yeah, and at some point, what will happen is enough what they call omens will happen throughout the game that set off the trader track. And once we begin that, then you start consulting what they call as the trader's tome and the survival guide. So whoever's not the trader will get the survival guide, and they'll confer together to review the scenario. And there's I think 50 scenarios in this game, so it's got a lot of replayability in it. And the trader will go off and read their own tome. And once everybody reconvenes, the trader kind of has the secret agenda that they're doing to prevent all the other survivors from winning the game. So that's where kind of like the cabin in the woods comes in, where you can kind of do anything from vampires to werewolves. There's a banshee. There's so many different things that you can do, and there's so many fun tracks that come with it. And each scenario has its own way of winning the game. Sometimes it's like classically defeating the monster. Sometimes it's getting a variety of these item cards together, or exercising
Yeah,
a number of rooms.
here's an
So
example.
yeah, Nora's gonna
You
read
win
us.
when you exercise the poltergeist.
Yep. So they're gonna
So,
be physically fit poltergeists.
yeah.
They're exercising this whole time. So yeah, that is pretty much the gist of the game. It has a lot more complexity to it, but we will include a link to an actual professional gaming group playing this game and walking you through one of the tomes. So that is how you play Betrayal at House on the Hill. It's a really good game for if you're, I know with COVID stuff, maybe not so much a Halloween party, but if you do have a group of friends together, it's a really good game too.
And it's fun. It's not one of those games that you have to learn everything up front. You sort of learn as you're playing, and you're building the game as you're playing. So if you're one of those people that doesn't like to sit there and read all the rules, it's something you can learn as you go.
Yeah, and it's
I'm
got
one of those people.
Yeah, it's got
So,
a lot of replayability, so it's
so
always fun to come back to it. I was telling Nora before, it's one that friends of mine always come back together and we play it usually every time we have a get together, when we did have get togethers. So yeah, so that is Betrayal at House on the Hill. Again, we'd like to thank the Friends of the Library for purchasing this game for our library. We do have a link below in the comments for if you want to see an actual game played out. And don't forget to hit that like button or subscribe to our YouTube channel. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll be back again next week.